Hi, starting off with nothing, I turned essentially $0 into a $4,000 fee when I was starting out by spotting a lien issue with a checklist. Now, this was when I was just really hitting the ground running back around 2019. So here's how you can avoid note investing traps in 2025 with due diligence. So welcome to, I believe this is week 9, I think, of my 52-week series, which is all geared around how to start note investing with $5,000 in 2025, $5,000 or less. Today's topic is avoiding note investing traps using a checklist, a due diligence checklist. Okay, so I've been brokering notes since 1996, and I'm going to be sharing practical steps, okay, a real deal from that time, 2019, and tools to help keep you safe in the secondary note market. The results are going to vary, so consult local regulations before acting. Okay, first we want to define the problem. Note investing, buying or brokering seller finance mortgages, can be lucrative, but there are traps out there. As in any business, okay? The traps like bad liens or missing documents can sink you, right? Now, a checklist is going to keep you grounded, right? Whether you're brokering for fees with no capital or buying a note for yourself, $5,000 note, for example, due diligence is going to be your shield, right? It's essential. Okay, in 2025, with foreclosures up 8% and interest rates at anywhere from, right now, I believe 4.25 to 4.5%, sloppy research is really costlier than ever. So first point is start with the note itself. Okay, a seller finance note is a private mortgage, often from a homeowner who's selling to a buyer who pays over time. Your job as a broker is matching note sellers with buyers like institutions or private investors. But first you want to verify that the note exists. Okay, get the original promissory note and mortgage or deed of trust. Now, in 2019, back then, so I brokered a $50,000 note for a $4,000 fee. I'm just picking this transaction out of a stack of examples I want to give you, okay? Now, the seller sent a blurry copy of the note. This was, I remember it was kind of laughable. He said, how are you supposed to read that, right? My checklist flagged it. Always demand the originals, or at least once you get to the point where you're going to make bona fide offer and so on. But you get copies at first, but eventually you always want to demand the original or certified copies. Okay, so without them, buyers they're not going to touch that. So you got to get used to this. Okay, just what you want to ask for. So the second point is you want to check the collateral. Okay, the property securing the note is really your safety net. Okay, pull the title report to confirm the lien position. First position notes are king, of course. Seconds are riskier, and they're less liquid. Okay, my 2019 deal had a hidden second lien in there, $10,000 lien, or thereby from a contractor. So my checklist caught it with a title search, okay, and it's saving the buyer from a bad deal. Okay, use appropriate services that you can find out there for reliable title report providers. Okay, expect to spend something like a couple $100, $100, $200, but it's cheaper than a $50,000 mistake. Okay, point 3, you want to vet the borrower. Okay, a note's value hinges on the payer's ability to pay, so you want to get their payment history. Okay, you get 12 months minimum payment history. Check credit if possible. Don't obsess over it. But check it. Private notes often involve non-traditional borrowers. Okay. In my 2019 deal, the borrower had missed a couple of payments. I think 2 payments in the couple years prior, in the 2017 payments. So they missed a couple. The checklist prompted me to verify they've been current since that time, right? And so that reassured the buyer, and the deal closed. Now, if the payments are shaky, negotiate a discount or walk away. You always be prepared to walk away, all right? So the fourth point is you want to confirm compliance, right? Seller finance notes have to follow state and federal rules like Dodd-Frank or usury laws, okay? So check the note's interest rate against 2025 caps, say 4.5 in some states. Ensure the seller provided disclosures, okay? I spotted a note with a 10% rate, legal but risky in a low-rate market. So I advised the buyer to renegotiate to 6%, aligning with 2019's 3.75 averages, and they did. and the deal worked. Use a checklist from a reputable source. This is point number 5, okay? You want to make yourself a customized list for your state, ideally, okay? Or whatever state you're operating in. We don't necessarily always operate in our home state. It really depends. You can go outside of your state in a lot of cases. But again, you want to know what you're doing, right? So the deal I was describing to you before in 2019, it taught me how to add a step I call verify the escrow account, okay? The seller had not set up an escrow account, so that nearly derailed the whole deal right at closing. A checklist isn't just a box ticking exercise, it's your deal's backbone, all right? For new people, it's a lifeline, and for pros, really, it's a time saver. Okay, so now for my 2019 anecdote. Okay, I was brokering a $50,000 note for a private seller in Texas. Now the buyer, it was a small hedge fund, offered $42,000. Okay, I ran my checklist: note copy, title report, borrower history, compliance. The title report showed a second lien that was undisclosed by the seller. I pressed him. He said he forgot, okay, about the contractor's lien. Okay, I renegotiated the price down to $38,000, covering the payoff for the lien. Okay, the deal closed then, earning me a fee of around $4,000. Okay, without that checklist, the borrower would have overpaid, or the buyer, I should say, would have overpaid, and I would have lost credibility. Right? So checklists aren't sexy, but they save you. So how do you start? Well, download a checklist from our website on the blog at noteinvestors.com. Source notes using a good list like the one I'm linking you to down below. You don't have to use mine, but I'm just telling you that I've been using this one successfully since 1994, I do believe. So it's much more, in my view, much more efficient than cold calling banks. You don't want to be dealing with banks if you're just brand new, okay? And we're in the private note market, okay? We're dealing with private note sellers. Now, for zero capital beginners, broker notes to earn fees, okay, is a way to start with from ground zero with no money, okay? It's absolutely doable, okay, because you're essentially a finder, okay? This is what you bring to the table, your ability to market and find notes, okay? This is what we're showing you how to do. So if you're buying for your own account, you want to target, at least to begin with, something a little smaller, maybe a $5,000 note. There are lower risk entry points. So in 2025, with foreclosures rising, deals are plentiful, but some that can be risky. Okay, so your next step is grab my mini course at noteinvestors.com for a free checklist and sourcing tips. Join my Note Investing Formulas program when it comes out for advanced deal structuring tactics. Okay, what you want to avoid are traps. You want to broker smart, and you will want to build your note business up starting now in 2025. Okay, consult professionals for legal advice. Don't wing it. Okay, see you next week.